Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Art Whisper 88. Today I'm going to do something different. This is an homage to a British textile designer. Her name was Lucienne, and she was a very influential designer in the 1950s. And I came across her work at a show of artwork here in New York at the Drawing Center. And it's titled The Clamor of Ornament. And I will show you the link in the description box below. So I gathered my stencil shapes that are shaped like they're actually modified flower stems. So I'm going along these lines. So this will be my kind of layout sheet or diagram. So anyways, going to roughly follow this and start by doing some textures. I'm going to do some scribbles. So as you can see, this is very free form and very informal. Aside from the black permanent marker, I'm going to use some of my Sharpie lines here. So I'm going to start by inking the plate with a light color. And since I'm trying to capture the permanent marker, I'm going to press firmly and leave this paper on the plate for at least 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see what we got. I think it's a very good transfer. The permanent marker is very bold and very clear. Oops. Okay. So this is the first pool. Now I'm going to air dry this and then use these areas here as a guide where I can place these shapes like so. But these will be on the plate. So I'm going to have different zones of different colors. This is naphthol red. This is green yellow. It's a light blue. It's a little bit of bright green. Okay. I'm going to use a smaller grayer. And try to apply this as evenly as possible. I'm trying to get the parts that are raised and flatten them as much as I can. Otherwise it gets too blotchy or squishy, as one of my viewers term it. Okay. Okay. I think I got them all. I don't recall putting any small stencils. Okay. So here is the first pool. Now this second layer is really a wild mix of unrelated colors, and I'm doing that on purpose. I want to produce like a painterly background, and you'll see what comes out. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. There's a second pull. I'm going to air dry this and see if I can recover this. I'm going to use a dark color. This is cobalt. So I'm going to do a combination of cobalt blue and violet for the bottom. Okay. Again, I'm going to repeat the scribbles. Now, in case you're wondering, when I do the scribbles, I'm barely touching the plate. I'm not applying hardly any pressure. And this is not a pointed stick, it's really a dowel. And from constant use, the tips have been covered with dried up paint, but I haven't removed the paint. So it serves its purpose. Okay. So this will be the second pull with the ghost image. Since this is a ghost image, I'm going to leave this on for about 10 minutes. That will give me enough time to rinse my brayers and stencils. Okay, back from a short break. Let's see what we got. Ghost print always works out very nicely. I think this texture is beautiful. Very complex. I love the mottled effects. Very cool. And this would make a lovely backdrop for whatever I'm going to place on the foreground. So again, I will air dry this and I will be right back. Okay, back from a short break, and I have Violet here by Artist Loft. This is a deep magenta, and this is a burnt sienna. So I'm going to have 3 zones of color, starting with the burnt sienna. I thought I'd use brown because this is a very popular color during the 1950s, and this is sort of a tribute to that. Here's deep magenta. And here is violet. This is the darkest one of all. So let me see. I'm going to use this medium brayer. I'll start with the brown. Now this is a 21st century twist to a 1950s design using 21st century colors. I think at the time, if I'm not mistaken, there were many colors that were not available as they are today, as many of these pigments are synthetic and they didn't exist then. So let me just take this out. I think I got them all. Just making sure my hands are clean. Oh, here is, to refresh your memory, here is the print with the second layer of green and orange and light blue. So let's see what happens. I'm going to lay this. Okay, let's see what we got. I love the texture. Here we go. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, this gets air dried. Let me see if I can capture this. Now here is the ghost print. Now, since I'm trying to capture what's left over, I'm going to leave this on for a good 10 minutes. Now, hopefully it will not tear the paper, but I'm going to take the chance. So, I'll be right back. Okay, let's see what we got. It did transfer some. It's a little more subtle, as the cup shapes are not very obvious. But I think it's a pretty cool print. There's some traces of the ghost print that give the shadows of the shape, but it's not as obvious. So I'm quite happy with it, considering that it had picked up most of the paint is gone. The plate is fairly clean. So I'm going to air dry this and decide what else it needs. So I'll be right back. Okay, this is just to recap. This has dried nicely, and I think it has some very interesting textures. Here's a close-up. I think the elements are very successful together. So when you combine contrasting colors and textures, I like the texture on the violet, especially on the dark blue and the violet against the yellow and the light green. Creates some excitement. So that's the first pull. Now here is the ghost print. Let me show you the detail. It's the mottled texture that is very interesting here, and it combines nicely with the scribbles. Here's a white shot. Okay. So let me see if I can get these guys in the same frame. They're very different looks even with the same stencils. So anyways, I hope you liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up and share with your friends. And I hope to see you next time.